Brainstorming, Nominal Group, and Decision Making.
Ano ba kasi sagot sa tanong na to? Hindi na tayo nakausad. Dapat kanina pa natin to nasagot.
Aba, mali ko. Ba't ako lang nag-iisip? Dapat kayo din na. Anong ginagawa nyo dyan?
Hindi ba kayo parte ng grupo na to? Tigil nga kayo?
Ikaw patigil ka ng patigil, wala ka din namang masabi.
Hindi nga natin pero alam kung paano natin sisimulan.
Okay. Let's start by digging some information. We can fix it when you all are fighting. Come on guys, we're not child anymore. So the question here is, why we need to conduct this topic?
What is drug abuse?
What is drug? We are the familiar in this crime in the Philippines. We have 1.6 million drugs addicted current, but we can say the 1.6 million of the people of drugs addicted is doing a crime. According to the 2012 United Nations report, in the Philippines had the highest rate of attempted abuse among countries in East Asia. About 2.2% of Filipinos between the age 16 to 64 years between attempted user.
So now, let's move on to another question. Where did the drug abuse started, and when it started, is there anyone who have an idea about this topic? If none, just keep listening.
Based on my research, such as the nation's survey on drug abuse and health, formerly called the National Household Survey on Drug Abuse, reported by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, indicate that some children are already abusing drugs at age 12 or 13, which likely means that some begin even earlier. Early abuse often includes such substances as tobacco, alcohol, inhalants, marijuana, and prescription drugs, such as sleeping pills and anti-anxiety medicines. If drugs abuse persists into later adolescence, abusers typically become more heavily involved with marijuana and then advance to other drugs while continuing their abuse to tobacco and alcohol. Studies have also shown that abuse of drugs in late childhood and early adolescence is associated with greater drug involvement. It is important to note that most youth, however, do not progress to abusing other drugs. Drug has a huge effect on the brain or mind of the person who uses it, and that is the reason they don't know what they are doing, whatever is good and bad. Even if they are hurting someone, family member, spouse, child, parents, or sibling, they don't know that because they're not in the right thinking.
Okay. And who did affected the drug abuse?
In regards to drug abuse among teenagers continues to be a major problem. In the majority in societies, as a matter of fact, everyone knows that drugs can drain anyone's right thinking. The conclusion is that teenagers are one who are affected and can drugs in this kind of issues of school drugs, dropouts, addiction, and teen violence. They can have serious of even fetal health problem. Drugs can have the ability to drain their personality, social, and professional lives.
And that brings us to end our presentation about brainstorming, nominal group, and decision making. I'm Jubilee Ann Jubilo.
I'm Jacqueline Songalia.
Miguel Descotino.
Ines Radulan Ritual.
I'm Christine Del Romero.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Drug abuse among teens. So what is drug first? A drug is any substance that creates psychological effect when it enters the body. These effects can range from relieving the symptoms of a sore throat to terrifying audiovisual hallucinations. Then who drugs addiction affects? Teenage drug addiction is one of the most serious substance abuse problem in America, and not only on America, usually dito sa ating bansa, sa Pilipinas. Luckily, early treatment can help prevent a lifetime drug abuse. And why do teens use drugs? So, bakit nga ba ginagamit ng mga kabataan ngayon ang drugs? So, the teen years are often a time to explore and learn more about themselves as they approach adulthood. Often this involves experimenting and testing their boundaries. The desire to do something new or risky is a normal part of teen development. So that is drug abuse among teens.
Drug abuse among teens. Naabuso nila paggamit ng droga dahil iba sa barkada na naiimpluwensyahan, iba sa mga pangangailangan, nagiging tulak din yung iba, tapos nagiging pagproblemado nilang tao siguro, sila napipitan gumamit ng drugs.